Hey guys, this is Alex from Games and Me. Just wanted to post this quick unboxing video. So today is going to be a mystery unboxing video, but I have to kind of preface this by saying I'm sorry because what actually happened was I was recording this unboxing video earlier today during my lunchtime, and I totally fudged up the video. Basically what happened was that, like I was trying to kind of do everything myself, like to get it like out really quickly. And unfortunately what happened was that you actually didn't see what I was unboxing. And of course the clues weren't as clear. So I kind of decided, you know what, I think, to make this a little bit more fun, I should probably kind of work on the clues and stuff like that, and maybe like redo some of the sections and even show you like a better way in which I wanted to show you guys the games and stuff like that. So for today we have 4 PS2 games. All of them are RPGs, and as kind of a bonus I wanted to show you guys my Resident Evil Collector's Edition guide, which I also got in the mail, but it was kind of obvious that I was getting that anyway, right? So alright, so for the first 2 games, two of the 4 games are actually part of one series. Technically there are 4 games in the series. One was released on the PlayStation 2, the second one, the sequel, is released on the PlayStation 2, the third game was released on the PlayStation 3, and the fourth game was actually released on a mobile phone. Now, the first 2 games in this series are the games that I actually got. Now, one thing that's really unique about this series is the fact that it's a tactical RPG. So it's a lot of strategy-based stuff. Now, for the first game, what's also unique about this game is it was actually remade for the PSP and the DS. So the first game actually showed up 3 different times on 3 different consoles. So, that's really impressive. Alright, and then the third game is actually a spiritual successor to a certain Atlas game called Princess Crown. And it takes some concepts from Norse mythology. Now, this game is fairly old. It was released in 2007, and this is a huge clue, but Power Noise Kitten from Angry Rivet Gaming actually reviewed this game already. So if you guys are avid fans of Angry Rivet Gaming, you probably know already what I'm talking about here. And the last game that I actually got today is basically this game that was also released by Atlas, but it was released last year. It came with a art book and a soundtrack. And what's unique about this is that it's also a tactical RPG, but you can collect demons called Majin, and they can kind of help you in your party and stuff like that, which is really cool. And I think that's pretty much all the hints that I'm going to give for that, because that is a very kind of unique name for all these monsters and whatever and stuff that you can collect. So, did you guys guess yet? Well, to give you time, I'm actually going to show you guys like the Resident Evil 5 guide that I have. So, alright, let's go do that. Alright, so I wanted to show you guys this Collector's Edition Resident Evil 5 strategy guide. This is actually pretty cool because this is a hardbound cover. And not only that, it actually comes with a 12-month calendar for Resident Evil, but I'm not sure how, like if you wanted to put this in your work or anything like that, I don't think your boss is going to be appreciative of you, like, doing that. So let's focus on the strategy guide, because that's actually the most really cool thing. So this actually has some really cool material. It has a foreword by Jun Takeuchi and stuff, and everything is laid out in really nice detail. Now, one thing that I kind of noticed about this strategy guide is the fact that it's not made by Prima or Brady Games at all, and I haven't really bought like a strategy guide since Final Fantasy XII, the Collector's Edition. And this is actually a very cool strategy guide because it feels like a book. And if you look at the layout, it's very much like a book. It's almost like reading a magazine almost and stuff. So, but I'm actually going to stop right here because I don't want to spoil it for you guys. So, if you guys are wondering like if there's any other place that you can find this book, you can probably find it at Amazon. I think it was like $20 or so, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. And in case you're wondering what the back is, the spine basically says in black Resident Evil, so you might have a tough time seeing that. And then in the back there's just blank, but it comes with this kind of backing for it, which, you know, I'm not sure if you're supposed to throw away. If you're wondering who the publisher is, it's called the publisher is called Piggyback, and I really like this one, and I hope they do a lot more of these sorts of things. So. Alright, so here's the fun part. So you guys figure out like the 4 games that I got. So let's start with the first 2. So the first 2 games are basically these 2, which is Disgaea 1, which of course is Red Label, unfortunately, and Disgaea 2, which I was looking at the logo earlier and it kind of looks like it's oddly photoshopped. So let's start looking at what's inside the Red Label for the Hour of Darkness. So there's the front, and there's the back. And yes, I've smelled all these games before opening them. Thank you. So there's the Red Label. Earlier I was having a difficult time trying to actually get this out. And it's really weird because this is one of those few Atlas games where the actual manual is in complete black and white. So it's probably because it's because the developer like actually asked that, but requested that maybe. I'm not quite sure. So there's Disgaea 1. Disgaea 2 is kind of the same thing. So there's the front, and then there's the back. It's very colorful characters. It's just really cool. Again, I haven't had these games. I was late to the party with this game. I can't say that I'm a big strategy RPG fan, but I want to get into them. That's why I got these. So, alright, so there's the cover. And then, again, it's also black and white, which is really unfortunate because if you looked at if you saw the cover, they're actually really colorful characters. So, alright, so there's Disgaea 1 and 2, which are great games, I'm pretty sure. And yes, NIS published the second one, Atlas published the first game. So, the third game that I mentioned that Power Noise Kitten reviewed is Odin's Fear. Now, this is also a Red Label game, so, you know, greatest hits. So there's the front, and there's the back. And let's open this up. So let's see. I actually really like the manual in this one because it's actually all in color. Also has like some really cool art stuff in there too. I'm actually very interested in this because I hear like there's some parallels between this and I think it was Valkyrie Profile, but I'm not quite sure. So just because probably of the Norse mythology. So that's Odin's Fear. That's the third game that I got in the mail. And the last game I got in the mail, there's actually a lot of cool swag in there as expected from Atlas. So it is Eternal Poison. Again, this is a tactical RPG. You do summon demons called Magen. So before opening this, though, I wanted to show you guys the art book that came with it, which is actually really, really cool. I think it was Zephyr on the forums that mentioned that, you know, Vanessa would like the designs on this. I don't know. Her opinions are. So there was the front, there's the back. Let me show you guys what's in it. This is a glossy art book, because we don't see a lot of those. Yeah, it's really, really cool. There's a lot of text, gives a lot of context to the actual levels and environments and stuff. Really, really cool. And then, I'm not going to go through the entire book, so I'm just going to flip through this real quick. So, and then let's open this up. So there's the front. It says includes bonus disc. Very familiar if you've gotten like Persona 4. It's the same one. And then here's the back. It's kind of warped a little here. Kind of sucks, but oh well. And then here's what's inside. So basically you get this really cool soundtrack right here. And here's the actual game. And let's see here. The manual. Let's flip through this. It's so weird because, like, you know, most of these other games that are made by Atlas, or rather published by Atlas in the United States, are all in color, and Disgaea isn't. So, alright, well, I think that's about it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, like, the way that I'm presenting these to you. Like, if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, just post them on YouTube. And oh my god, I have probably like hours upon hours of gameplay right here. So hope you guys enjoy this, and we'll see you guys soon.